Once upon a time, in a far northern country, giants and humans lived together quite happily for years and years. But then along came someone who spoiled it all for everybody. One of the giants went bad. A nasty bully among people his own size, but even worse with the human folk. One day, in a rage, he bit the head off one and discovered he liked the taste. So he started to eat them. This upset the whole community and caused a lot of trouble. The giants and humans gathered together in the pub to discuss the problem and decide on a course of action. It was agreed. The giant would be sent into exile, far away from everyone. They packed a boat with provisions and told him he had to leave forever, or until he could behave. The giant had never been good-tempered, but this made him even worse. He roared defiance as he sailed away. "I don't care what you do. I'm going to catch them. I'm going to bite them. I'm going to eat them." He continued his marauding way down through Lewis to Harris, across the Minch and then on to Skye, destroying the population as he went. The people fled terrified before him. It was just a hop, skip and jump across to Kyle, and he continued on his bloodthirsty way across the country, through Kyle of Lochhalsh, Attadale, Achnashellach, Achnasheen, Achanalt, Lochluchert, Dingwall and Evington. When the news of his coming reached the people of Milnafua, they met together to decide what to do. Some people were all for running away, some for hiding out, but one brave person objected. "No," she said, "let's trap him, dig a pit and catch him, chop him up. If we act together, we can beat him." So the Milnafua folk dug a pit in the wood and wee Bernie taunted the giant. The plan worked. Roaring at the pitch of his voice, "I don't care what you do. I'm going to catch you. I'm going to bite you. I'm going to eat you." He chased her into the wood. Up went the tripwire. Down went the giant. In went the Milnafua folk with every weapon they could find. But even as they chopped him up into smaller and smaller pieces, the great voice still roared from everywhere and nowhere. "I don't care what you do. I'm going to catch you. I'm going to bite you. I'm going to eat you." To try and get rid of the terrifying noise, they gathered up the scattered bits of giant, made a fire and burned them. But still the roar from everywhere and nowhere. "I don't care what you do. I'm going to catch you. I'm going to bite you. I'm going to eat you." In the morning, the worried folk of Milnafua went back to look at the pile of ash, the roaring voice of the giant still circling in the trees. As they watched, a wind came from the North Sea, between the sooters, over the fields and lifted up the ashes of the giant. As they drifted into the air, the roar got higher and higher as every speck of ash turned into the first midges that ever were. So despite the bravery of the Milnafua folk, the giant, he's still catching us, still biting us and still eating us.